Hey, my guy, you're getting this bitch early because guess who found another random time slot to film? It was me. My mom and sister left and I was like, it's go time, bitch. If you didn't watch my hour-long monstrosity a couple weeks ago, I can't record during the summer, usually because both of my family members are home during the summer, and there are very few time slots in which I can film. So I pre-recorded a lot of the videos, although there were a couple in there that were not pre-recorded. I'm just doing my best. I'll get back to filming weekly when they both go back to school. So you are getting this Q&A a bit early. For those of you that did not watch the second unpopular opinions video, get fucked. Honestly, I have too many questions to answer as it is, so I'm kind of glad that very few people actually asked in the YouTube comments. All right, I am doing this Q&A mostly because I am the type of person that hates having to repeat myself. However, I know people will not know every single fucking thing that I ever say, so I am making a video that someone can refer to if they want answers to things. Let's go over the basics. Hi, my name is Nicholas Michael Black. I am 18 years old, born in 2001. I am not going to tell you the exact date for two reasons. One, I hate my birthday and I don't want to celebrate it, and I never know how to respond to happy birthday messages other than thank you, and social norms make me uncomfortable. Number two, I want to do an experiment. I will also not tell you my zodiac sign because I want to prove a point. In the comments, guess my zodiac sign. Do it. It's another fucking experiment. Leave me alone. I am a Ravenclaw, for those of you that don't know. I don't know how you couldn't have known. I think I make it pretty obvious. Mostly the artist type, but we're all a little bit of everything, aren't we? I am an INTJ for the Myers-Briggs personality types, with my dominant cognitive function being introverted intuition. Enneagram type, I probably said that fucking wrong, is 5-wing 6. I think. Yeah, it's 5-wing 6. I am pansexual and pan-romantic. My favorite color is purple, and my favorite animal is a cat, because cats do better than my fucking depression meds at maintaining serotonin levels. Okay, I think I got the basics down. Oh, I'm from the Midwest, specifically Illinois. It's a sinister state. I don't like it here. There's taxes and shit. It's bad. I'm anti-capitalist. Fuck capitalism. What else? I don't know. I'm gonna go right into the questions now. We're gonna start with YouTube first. Arya Black asks, you've told us Western singers you don't like. What are a few Western singers you do like? The issue is, I am very disinterested in Western artists at this point. Because in my humble opinion, they're kind of fucking boring. I mean, I'm not judging you if you like them, I just think they're boring as fuck. I don't, like, stan any of these artists, like, it's not, like, super devotion, I guess, but I fuck with Lana Del Rey still. I actually got into the Gorillaz, just because I really like the story of the characters, and then I like the music along the way, too. What else? I mean, I can name you some of the emo bands I liked when I was 13. You want to learn about my Black Veil Bride stage? Fuck yeah, it's just like Lana Del Rey, the Gorillaz, Kimbra's first album, Marina and the Diamonds, although I have trauma connected to her music now. Don't you love that when people, like, ruin people for you? It's so good. But yeah, that's about it. It's like 3 people at this point. And the occasional Panic at the Disco when I'm feeling saucy. OxyClean Ravenclaw asks, what are your opinions on middle school fights? Physical, in parentheses. I don't have opinions on them. I obviously think they're dumb. But, I mean, you know the psychology behind it. You put a bunch of toxic, masculine, testosterone-ridden, puberty going through dudes in the same place, they're gonna fucking punch each other. Don't you love hypermasculinity and puberty together? Fandom Trash asks, since this is a K-pop video, here's a K-pop related question. What do you think about Suga, RM, and J-Hope's individual albums / mixtapes? I do think there's a question on whether or not I stan BTS later in there, and I'll further elaborate on this. I've been kind of going away from them, but as for their individual mixtapes, RM's mixtape Mono is quite possibly one of the best things that K-pop could have produced. It is incredible. Everything about that mixtape is fucking art. Not to say that his first mixtape, Suga's mixtape, or J-Hope's mixtape were trash or anything. It's just this Mono is just so good. Suga's mixtape is good for being angry. J-Hope's mixtape was okay. I mean, we wanted mixtape for a long time, so, I mean, we got it, and I was happy about it. I don't listen to RM's first mixtape very often, but that's just a basic bitch thing to do. Asshole Comic Critic asks, did you get inspiration for the Hogwarts Houses as People thing from Thomas Sanders' series Sandersides? No. Let me explain something real quick. There's a question later on that asks if I love Thomas Sanders. I do. He's a great dude, and honestly, he gives me hope for humanity. However, before Thomas Sanders was even a Viner, like when I was 12, I had the idea to do something much like Sandersides. However, Thomas did it first because he's older than me. And I was 12, so I was like, fuck, I can't do that anymore. That's his thing now. So I just kind of was like, well, let's just do a few scripted Hogwarts Houses as Humans videos. That'll get that creative juice out of here. So I'm not like harboring ideas that could be useful, I guess. But yeah, no, I love Thomas Sanders, but it was not inspired by Sandersides. Bob Ross is our Lord and Savior asks, what are your favorite shows? Also, have you heard of the show MASH or M-A-S-H? The show is about an army hospital during the Korean War. I just wanted to mention that you look like my favorite character, Corporal Radar O'Reilly. Looked up the guy and like, he vaguely does look like me, but then again, I'm very basic white. I'm a very basic white person, and I look like a lot of people. Specifically German, apparently, which makes sense considering my heritage or bloodline mostly consists of Germany, although I am a clusterfuck of Europe. It's like they just had a fucking orgy and then shipped me off to America. I do not know about the show MASH, but that sounds cool. Here's the thing about shows. This is gonna get dark for such a lighthearted question. I have severe chronic depression since I was 10. Basically, I have very few interests because for the longest time I didn't want to do anything at all. So most of my interests are centered around music because that was the only thing I could get myself to get into. Very few occasions have I been able to get myself into shows because it's such a commitment in my mind at least. And commitment when you want to die is not probable. Honestly, the only show I can come up with is from my childhood, which is Adventure Time. People are like, oh, it's just a kid's show, but it's kind of a masterpiece. Everything about it is just so creative, and I wish Hollywood would take notes. If there were more movies that were as creative as Adventure Time and some of the other Cartoon Network shows, actually, I would be less bored with the media being fed to me. I always wanted to be Marshall Lee. I was like, bitch, I'm Marshall Lee. And then my friends were like, you're not a vampire, also you aren't badass. Sit the fuck down, Nick. And I was like, god damn it. I'm going to butcher your name. I'm sorry, I sound like every white teacher that ever existed, but it has to be said. Mika Guillemette asks, how do you think you will handle being very popular, like having fangirls who leave inappropriate daddy comments and haters who will leave their brain cells under their beds? As for the haters, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I don't take hate ad hominem to heart because nobody can be as critical of me as I am myself. I am my own biggest hater, and honestly, nobody can beat me because if you say some shit like you're ugly, I'll be like, you're right. Stop stating facts. Trees grow from the ground. Are we just stating facts here? What does bother me is logical fallacies and misinformation and willful ignorance, I guess. Not because it hurts me personally as a person, but rather because it just frustrates me because it is what's wrong with humanity and why we're all gonna go extinct in at least 2 centuries. I just see people being stupid and I'm like, you're the reason we're all going to die. It's your fucking fault, dude. Hate doesn't bother me. What does bother me is having to deal with white people on the internet. That's it. White people on the internet is worse than murder. I would rather get murdered than deal with white people on the internet, but I gotta do it for education purposes for the hopefuls. And weeding out the weak, natural selection. As for the daddy comments, I don't know. My brain doesn't process that kind of stuff. People will flirt with me and I don't know how to respond. I just kind of stop working. I go into robot mode because I don't know how to exist. I mean, it is what it is. If you've watched my stan culture videos, you know how I feel about hypersexualization of celebrities, the objectification of them, etc. So, I mean, that's all I gotta say on that. It's just kind of like, it's gonna happen, even though it's not necessarily morally sound. Because I mean, there's like complimenting me, being like, oh, you're cute. I mean, that's fine. There's a point, there's a line, and that goes for everybody that has a following. Sona asks, are there any other book fandoms you are into? An opinion on J.K. Rowling? Back to the depression thing. I stopped reading avidly because I was one of those children that would read about 60 books a year. I stopped reading about the time my depression kicked in because I couldn't get myself to do fucking anything. I'm not into any recent book fandoms because I never got myself to be able to get back into reading before I became an adult and had no time to do anything. The answer is maybe Percy Jackson, but that's about it. We stan Rick. We stan Rick. That dude is so much better than J.K. Rowling in so many different ways. J.K. Rowling is a fucking TERF and I hate her, and I'll do a whole Harry Potter unpopular opinions video, including more on that, but just know that I fucking hate her. Sash Floofs asks, why are you so amazing? Also, how many pets do you have? What are their names? What's your favorite and least favorite thing about them? You can talk about the ones throughout your life too, not just the current ones, I don't know. Do you have any siblings? First of all, I'm not amazing. Your perceptions have been distorted. Number 2, I have 4 pets right now. I will introduce them in a video that I'm going to release probably next week, actually, where I sing a cover of a song, but I'm going to put footage of my pets over it just because I don't like filming myself, believe it or not, ironically. I'll just introduce them to you then, but I have my cat Simba, I have my turtle Franklin, I have my dog Riley, and have my pet guinea pig Lilo. As for pets throughout my life, I've had at least 16, 8 of which were guinea pigs. All right, let's start from when I was a child. Pumbaa and Timon, both guinea pigs. Angel, my guinea pig, she was fucking awful. Angel was the devil, and I think that was fitting. Then my sister got a guinea pig, or 2 guinea pigs. She named them Lilo and Stitch. She thought they were both girls. Ironically, the one she named Stitch was the boy. They fucked. Sorry to ruin your childhood, but they fucked. And they bore 3 children. I forgot the other 2's names because we did give them to my mom's boyfriend's kids at some point. There was Willow, which we had to take back to our house because she was the girl of the 2 boys, and we just, have to separate them. We don't want more guinea pigs. No more guinea pigs, please. Sad story short, Stitch had awful fucking genes. Like, the dude had diabetes, we think, and he would have fucking seizures in his cage. The 2 boy guinea pigs died within the first year of living, and Willow lasted a lot longer, but she did eventually get scurvy because of her diabetes, and then she got paralyzed. It was sad. Lilo is the only survivor, and she's a widow and lost all of her children. Poor baby. Also, my sister had a bird. I forgot the bird's name. There was also 2 gerbils, Oreo and Sunshine. Also, my childhood dog, Jack, he was a Boston Terrier, hence my Boston Terrier mug from the monstrosity video 2 weeks ago. I loved him because he was just fucking tiny and angry. He just walked around like a fucking baby gorilla, and he was like, look at me and I will piss. And I was like, you are the best thing that has ever happened to me. He was so angry, he hated my dad. My dog knew best. I guess I also had another Boston Terrier before that. His name was Bosco. He died when I was like 2. I barely remember him. He had a tumor. Yoey Schwab asks, how do you know what you know? Where, how, up to what have you received your education? How old are you? Why did you start making videos on YouTube? I'm a high school graduate. I graduated 1 year early because I fucking hated school, and I was already kind of ahead in several different subjects, so I could do so. I don't know if I plan on going to college yet. I might go to kind of trade school, I guess, for music production, etc. I'm deciding at this point. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm sort of seeing what happens in the next 6 months before I make my decision, if that makes sense. I wanted to be on YouTube since I was a child. I sort of knew, because what I've learned, one of the greatest Lessons that I've learned growing up is to always trust my gut, because the gut is always right. And what my gut has told me is you are going to be a musician and you are going to build your platform on YouTube. I also have a lot to say. I want to educate people. I also need some catharsis sometimes. Sometimes I'm educating, sometimes it's catharsis, sometimes it's both. It really depends on my tone of voice, I guess. Because rhetoric. YouTube is fun, it's a hobby, and it's also a platform to get my career rolling. Rita Leandro asks, I do have a question because I got curious as a musical theater student. You said in a previous video that you were a singer. I want to know what's the story behind that, I guess. That was my dog. Like, are you a singer in a group, professionally, at school? And would you mind showing even just a little bit? God damn it, Riley, stop shaking. Would you mind showing even just a little bit, a cover of a song or original stuff? At any point somewhere on social media, or really not? Oh, honey, you got a big storm a-coming. I have a secret project coming this year. I don't know when. I gotta get my shit together. Secret project you can look forward to. But also, I will be doing a couple covers before the secret project comes out. I have one of them done. It's just gonna be a short little ditty where I introduce my pets, like I've said before. And yes, I do sing. I did musicals in middle school, but then I stopped in high school because I hated the fucking director. I've been singing since I was a child. I've been in random school choirs, etc. Both my parents sing, are musically inclined. My sister is as well. Maria Reeds asks, if you could change your Hogwarts house, which house would you pick? What's your favorite K-pop band at the moment? What are your thoughts on J.K. Rowling's recent attempt at expanding the Potterverse via Twitter? Finally, what countries would you like to visit if you had the chance, money, and time to do so? If I could change my Hogwarts house, I would be a Hufflepuff because Slytherins scare me and Gryffindors make me anxious. And Hufflepuffs are the best house, as I've said before. And I'll do a whole video on that. I have 3 Harry Potter videos planned, and I think that might be the cutoff. Because I don't want to support J.K. Rowling anymore. I say with this shirt on. I think I also got a question about this fucking shirt so many times. I got it from Hot Topic 4 years ago. I don't think they still sell it. I know I only have like 3 shirts. I know, okay? Listen, I have like 4 shirts that I will wear out in public or on camera. And this is one of them, alright? God damn it. My favorite K-pop band at the moment, that's very fucking difficult. I think I'd have to say my ultimate biases bands right now, NCT, which just all of NCT. All of them. I'm not gonna pick one unit. Fuck you. And Red Velvet. Yeri is my baby. 10 is my baby. 10 and Yeri are my ultimate biases. I love them. Once again, J.K. Rowling needs to shut the fuck up. I hate her. If I'm being real right now, because of A, my depression, and B, my 90th percentile extreme introversion, which could be a result of the depression throughout my adolescence. But I don't like to travel much. I kind of like to just stay at home and work. Is that boring? I just don't like being out. Because I get tired super easily because of those 2 reasons. For some reason, my heart is saying like Greenland or Iceland. Like my heart is saying, go to Iceland and never come back. I'm open to a lot of different countries. It's just a matter of will I do it. Denmark, the Netherlands. From what I know, those places like up Northern Europe is really pretty. I'll just go to Antarctica and sit on the ice as it melts. Make friends with a few dying penguins. Starfall Draws asks, why is Hufflepuff the best house in your opinion? That's one of the other videos I'm going to make. Stay tuned. Slytherin Miney asks, I have a question for you. Do you stan BTS? Here's the fucking problem. I stan BTS for a good 4 or 5 years at this point. I just recently learned that they did a whole photo shoot in the Holocaust Memorial, and now I'm fucking going through it. Like, I am having a crisis about this. I don't think you understand. Because, like, the epitome of my music taste is HYYH era, just both albums. Part 1 and Part 2. Those 2 albums are my music taste. So now I'm just having a fucking breakdown because, like, that is quite possibly the stupidest thing you can do. I think blackface is common sense. On the down low, I think cultural appropriation is common sense too, because like, why would you take a certain thing from a culture that is super important, possibly religious to that culture, and then like make it into a fashion statement? That's so disrespectful. I feel like that's common sense. Not the point. I think those 2 are common sense, but there is like a couple logical steps you need to go through. There is like one logical step you need to go through to know not to do a photo shoot in the Holocaust Memorial. Listen, I understand that they are part of an agency and they were quite possibly forced to do that. However, you can stand up to your agency, first of all. Second of all, 2 of the members are geniuses. One of them confirmed a genius. The second one, I'm pretty sure, is a genius. Yoongi's a genius, and you know it. And I'm just sitting here like, y'all are fucking geniuses. But you didn't think, hey, maybe we should tell our company that this isn't right. How did they not come to that conclusion? So now I'm having a fucking breakdown about this. Because like BTS's mid-career music, I guess, is quite possibly some of the best music to ever be released. And I am going fucking through it. And don't try to defend them in the comments. I know what you're going to say. Okay? I know all of your arguments. There's no need to defend them. This is a me problem, but I'm just telling you that I'm having a breakdown about it. I'm just letting you know that it's happening. Because what the fuck? Not to mention Jimin wearing that shirt. You know what shirt. The bomb shirt. Yeah. Also, not many logical steps to get there. That maybe you should not wear a shirt celebrating a bomb that killed millions of people. Maybe don't do that. I don't care if it's linked to Korea's independence. Korea could have gotten independence without bombing 2 cities. So maybe don't do that. And like, yeah, they apologize, but it's kind of like, how fucking stupid do you have to be? I get it that there's like apologies and like there's people like genuinely feeling sorry, but sometimes I get caught up in just the, how did you get there in the first place? I understand people make mistakes, but like that dumb of a mistake, that stupid, that fucking stupid. I guess we're Holocaust Memorial photo shoot stupid now. That was a long rant, but I needed to get it out because I'm going through it right now. Spritesuck asks, you might have already said this in another video, but what K-pop groups do you stan? I'm gonna read off the list. Yes, I do have a list. Shut up, I'm a fucking nerd. I'll get you with them solos and co-eds first. I stan Hyuna, CL, Chungha, Hyolyn, Sunmi, Taemin, Yixing, and Card. Okay, girl groups. I stan Red Velvet, my bias is Yeri. I stan AOA, my bias is Hyejong. I stan FX, my bias is Amber. I stan CLC, my bias is Sorn. I stan Brave Girls, my bias is Yoojung. Stan Brave Girls. They have not one bad song. Not one fucking bad song. I'm picky as well. Brave Entertainment. Why do you give Brave Girls such a fucking great discography but leave Samuel to die? I stan Weki Miki, which is still a dumb name. I think my bias is Rina, but I go back and forth between all of them. All the time. I stan G-Friend, my bias is Umji. I stan Ladies Code, and my bias is Sojung. I stan Cosmic Girls, and my bias is Dayoung. I stan Daya, and my bias is Unche. Previously Eunjin, but she left. I stan Twice, my bias is Chaeyoung. Previously Momo, but Chaeyoung did the thing. I stan Matilda, and my bias is Sabiel. I stan Idol, and my bias I think is Minnie now. It was Sujin, but Minnie came in and did the thing, and I was like, fuck. I stan LOONA, my bias is Yeojin, because she is baby. I stan Cherry Bullet, and my bias is Mire. I stan Dreamcatcher, and my bias is Gahyun. I do know that calling their band Dreamcatcher is in fact problematic, and I do wish they would change the name and stop using Dreamcatchers, because the natives, I forgot the specific tribe, I'll put it in the video, we're kind of like, yeah, that's not an aesthetic, don't do that. However, once again, if I unstand everyone for cultural appropriation, I wouldn't be able to stand anyone, including Western artists, because everybody's fucking stupid. So I'll just advocate for natives within the fandom, because there are actually people within the fandom saying it's not that serious, and I'm just sitting here like, okay, we're gonna stop that right here, right now. Listen, I know you want to defend them, but it's not right. And if they were to change their name, I would be 100% for it, but they don't know because everybody's stupid. And I know they're good people, but it's just like, Anyways, I also stan ITZY, although I don't think I've properly stand ITZY because I don't have a bias yet. I guess I'm also just kind of waiting for their next comeback. Alright, for boy groups, whether or not I stand BTS is still up in the air. but my bias was Yoongi. I stand Monsta X, and my bias is Wonho because he is baby. I don't care how muscly he is. He's just a big baby, and you can't convince me otherwise. I stand 17, kind of, and my bias is Minghao. I stand Day 6. J is my bias because I'm a basic bitch. I stand Infact. I stand Ace. Stan Ace, cowards. There was not a more talented group in K-pop. You could fucking fight me. You could fucking fight me all you want, but there's not one member that is a weak link. If you give me a K-pop group, I can tell you the member that's the weakest link. Not to be disrespectful to them, they're good people, but they are, in fact, the weakest link. There is no weak link in Ace. Their recent mini album was fucking bad, but the title track was good. I am astounded by Ace in general. Like, they are fucking amazing. Please stan Ace. My bias is Sehun. I stan all NCT units, and my bias is obviously 10 because he is my alt bias and the only man that deserves rights. Gonna stan TXT properly because they are baby. Signature Echo asks, are you going to continue the Hogwarts Houses as People series? What are some YouTubers that you like, and what is your favorite Vine? So as for the Hogwarts Houses as People series, I'm going to do probably one more. Like I said, I have about 3 videos planned for Harry Potter when I can start filming regularly again. But then I kind of want to back off a little bit because J.K. Rowling is bad, and I don't like her. She's a bad person. I want to stay the fuck away from her. Also, I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to get fucking bored of Hogwarts Houses as Humans real quick. Like, I'm already annoyed at all the people, like, with a demanding tone. Like, this was nice. It was just an inquiry. But they're just people with a demanding tone asking for more Harry Potter. More. It's kind of like, chill. I am not your puppet. I will do whatever the fuck I want. And the more you demand, the less I want to, because teenage rebellion. I like Gus Johnson. He's fucking funny as all hell. Casey Frey isn't really he's kind of a YouTuber. He's an old Viner that's on Instagram and kind of on YouTube now. But he is the epitome of my sense of humor. Just every video is so fucking funny, I don't know how to react sometimes. Dan and Phil, you know, your classic Dan and Phil, they are baby. Thomas Sanders, also baby. Your basic bitch stuff like the Try Guys. I'll find the question again, but I can't find the person because I screenshotted this weird. I'm dumb. You have the chance to go camping with 4 students from Hogwarts. Each student must be from a different house and they must be of a different type. Which types would you take with you? I would take a leader Gryffindor because the leader Gryffindor does not give me anxiety. I'd take the, wait, they're a Slytherin? Because there are 2 Slytherin types that I can tolerate. They are the scholar / artist and the wait, they're a Slytherin. I don't like the other ones. The other ones are literally against everything I'm for. So I'll take the wait, they're a Slytherin because that's literally Bianca. Honestly, literally any Hufflepuff. I'll take the gay Hufflepuff just for the shits and giggles. They are baby, and I must protect them at all costs. And as for a Ravenclaw, I don't know, man, the mom just keeps people out of trouble. So that's good. I feel like it's a fairly balanced group that I've just picked out there. It's not anxiety inducing, but it's also not too boring. Oh shit, I forgot to answer what's your favorite Vine. I need to like think about that, so I'll just put like my top 3 favorite Vines in post right now.
I want to be a yo-yo man, he cried. Make me a yo-yo man. But the yo-yo master did not answer. He just kept on yoing.
So I'm sitting there, barbecue sauce on my titties.
A gopher. It was a fucking gopher, and it was controlling time. I had to shoot it. Yeah, I did.
KB asks, first, how did you get into the Harry Potter fandom? And do you like the books more than the movies? And second, I really like your ear studs. Where are they from? I don't fucking remember where my ear studs are from. My mom gave them to me for my birthday. Check Amazon. I'm sorry. I know nothing. I got into Harry Potter because I needed to read a book in 5th grade, 4th or 5th grade, and I was like, fuck, what do I do? So I grabbed the first Harry Potter book, and that was the end of that. Also, yes, the books are better than the movies for obvious reasons. Okay, going on to Twitter. Juno asks, do you like Nirvana? I almost got into Nirvana at the end of my emo phase, and then my emo phase got cut short by K-pop. So the answer is no, but it almost happened. @HoBB asks, opinion on star signs? Listen, I don't think the month you were born dictates what personality you're going to have. I'm going to prove it with the experiment down in the comments right now because you're all going to be fucking wrong. However, if you do believe in star signs, I won't disrespect you for it. I'm not gonna act like I'm superior to you for it. I mean, do what you do, I guess. That one photo girl, this is Bianca. She asks, what are you? I'm sad, Bianca. I'm sad and stressed. Spicy Savan Stan asks, thoughts on Dan and Phil's coming outs? And Eugene. That is what the community needed. That is exactly what the community needed in this tough time. And now we just have some very powerful homosexuals on our side. Spicy Savan Stan also asks, top 5 singers and artists, also top 5 book series. As I've said, I have not gotten into enough book series, so it would just be Harry Potter and Percy Jackson because I'm a basic bitch. As for top 5 artists, fuck, give me a second. Alright, I'm gonna go by music alone. But fuck, that means I'd have to add BTS into that. Brave Girls is on there because Brave Girls has the best discography in K-pop. You can fucking fight me. Lana Del Rey, we'll put some Lana on there. Mox McClory asks, how do you cope with life? But also, what are your hopes and dreams for your YouTube channel? I cope by napping when I can, and it's not a good coping mechanism. I just don't like being awake. As for dreams for the YouTube channel, I don't plan on ever abandoning my YouTube channel like Troye Sivan and Ben J. Pierce. I do plan on using it as a way to kick off the music career because that's the main goal. But I do love this channel as a hobby. I don't want to put like my heart and soul into it because it's not the main goal here. It's just a fun hobby. It's a cool way to connect with people, etc. @Flowerchild asks, what's your favorite food type? I'm a vegan, which means I'm sad. Even after being a vegan, my favorite food is still sushi. Nothing makes vegetables taste better than seaweed and rice. I don't know what it is about seaweed and rice that makes vegetables so good, but like it is probably the healthiest meal I could ever eat, and it's still my favorite food, and I think that's beautiful. @Breadnom Yuri asks, do you have a special talent? What do you mean by that? I can write, produce, I sing. Now, if you're asking about stupid talents, I have a really long tongue. I could touch my nose. I could touch my chin. Bailey397, have you ever been to New Zealand? We have real dinosaurs here, I promise. That's fucking dope. I have not been to New Zealand. I actually have only been out of the country twice, but they were both to Canada. New Zealand, ooh, that flight. Expensive and long. I do want to go someday, though. It looks beautiful. Pendragon Lucia asks, do you watch anime? If so, what are your top 5 favorites at the moment? I tried to get into anime, but it didn't work. Because of my depression, we're going back to it. I just never really got into it. I watched about like 6 shows. I don't remember half of them. All I remember is Death Note. Riley Cook asks, unpopular Harry Potter opinions? It's coming, it'll happen. Eva12345, cats or dogs? Cats, but I love dogs. Favorite school subject? You know what, history, global studies, social sciences were pretty cool. Flower Child asks, what do you want to study in college? What are you studying? I don't know if I'm gonna go to college. If I were to go to a college or a trade school, I'd be studying like music production. If I were to do a practical major, it would be psychology because I'm a fucking nerd. Naklana asks, if you could delete one app from the Play Store, which one would it be? I don't know, dude. Is there any apps that I just hate with a passion? Facebook. It would be Facebook, just to see the chaos. Bubble Tea Biscuits asks, why have my brothers listened to Old Town Road 5 times? How do I make it stop? There's no helping you. You're doomed. Just accept it. Just listen to the gay country hip hop and like it. Veins of Roses asks, do you watch Game of Thrones? No, I do not. FinnB13 asks, do you watch Doctor Who? No. Also, what would be your death row meal? At that point, I would say fuck veganism and eat a whole KFC meal. Piece of Holland asks, would you rather watch a ton of movies or a bunch of different TV shows? Ironically, a bunch of different TV shows, because I feel like with the ability to have a longer story with TV shows, you can develop characters and situations in much more complex ways than you can with movies. Bo, aka Toffee, ask, animals or humans? Animals. Shiana TCH, song artist recommendations. Fucking brave girls, dude. I also recommend AOA's last mini album, Lana's Honeymoon album, Dreamcatcher. Amber Deer asks, what are some unpopular opinions on cyberbullying? I don't have any unpopular opinions on cyberbullying. I have a popular opinion though. It sucks, and adults aren't doing enough and or acknowledging the real root causes of cyberbullying, and are just fucking making it a joke with their propaganda bullshit because they don't know how to deal with children. So instead they pound in cliche shit into our heads, and now bullying is a joke when it's a serious issue. Adults don't know how to fucking stop it because they don't know how kids work, and they're making it worse. Leave 2001 asks, what do you use to record your voice during your videos? It sounds great. If I showed you guys my setup, you would clown me for the next 300 years. So I think I need to leave that a mystery. Also, what is your favorite joke ever? That is a tall order that I'm going to have to figure out in post. Marcolina asks, do you like to draw? I tried to hone in my drawing skills at some point, and then depression kind of like kicked my ass back into bed. I do like to draw when I can get myself to do so. Your local unholy goddess asks, do you want any tattoos, and if so, which ones? I've thought about it. I feel like I'm the type of person that's like pretty all or nothing with things sometimes. I'll either like go without any tattoos for the rest of my life, or I'll just fucking lose my marbles and get full sleeves and shit. There's no in between. What is your favorite kind of tea? Chai tea. I don't like other kinds of tea, but I will drink it to soothe my voice because I'm very used to drinking things that are gross, aka coffee, because I'm addicted to it. She also asks, what is your favorite plant? I like cacti. They're low maintenance. They're cute, but they're also angry. It's so good. Flower Child asks, sexual and romantic orientation, and do you believe there's a difference? I've said panromantic, pansexual, and I do believe there is a difference. There's absolutely a difference. Esther Julix KL asks, what's your favorite word? I like the word reverie because it's pretty. I also like the word fickle because it's funny. What's your favorite kind of candy? I am vegan and candy is not fun anymore. However, if I were to pick a candy out of all of them, it'd be Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, which I fucking miss them. One headass asks, which one do you want to be, spider or elephant? Spider, because they're fucking cool. I know y'all are afraid of them, but they're cool as all hell, and they don't live that long. Esther Julix KL asks, have you ever worn braces before because your teeth are so straight and perfect? I'm jealous. Actually, I have not worn braces before. This is just natural. I got lucky, but my sister got fucked. Although my bottom teeth are starting to get fucked up because of my wisdom teeth. They were perfect for so long, and then these wisdom teeth, who are not very wise, by the way, they grow in sideways. That's dumb as hell. Are just kind of like, hey bitch, I'm gonna fuck up your bottom teeth. And I'm like, fuck. Samuel J98 asks, do you have hobbies, painting, playing an instrument, sports, coffee or tea? What's your favorite holiday? What are you afraid of? Any hidden talents? I play guitar, I dance, I draw, I sing, I produce, I write. Coffee or tea? Coffee, because I'm addicted to it. What's your favorite holiday? The one where I stay at home and get left alone. What's a holiday where I get left alone? Oh, St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, I get left alone on St. Patrick's Day. That's a good one. What are you afraid of? I don't have many fears, if I'm being honest. I do have like anxieties, which I don't think are the same as fears. I'm just a stressed person because a symptom of depression is anxiety disorder. But as for fears, I don't really fear a lot because I don't fear death. And most of the time fear is rooted in survival. Your amygdala is all like, fuck, and you're like, oh, fuck. There's a lot of things going on. Hypothalamus and amygdala, you know? They're having a good time. The only fear I can think of is kind of sad. Yeah, the only fear I have is kind of really sad. Falling in love. It's falling in love. That's terrifying. I don't want it. I don't want it near me. I want it over there. Ironically, the next one, Princess Heart for Real asks, gonna go ahead and shoot my shot on this one. I'm just saying YOLO because I give no fuck about the consequences, but like how likely are you to date a subscriber fan on the scale of 0 to 10? Okay, here's the thing. It is not a matter of one being a subscriber or a fan that is deterring me from dating. Like that's not even a factor in it, if that makes sense. What keeps the number low is the fact that A, I've already established My one true fear is falling in love. And B, I have high standards personality-wise because people suck. I'm just difficult. The number is low, but not because, I'd say it's more like a 1. Not because you are a subscriber or a fan, but because I'm fucked in the head. She also asks, and will you ever come out with merch? Okay, do you guys want merch? I've seen it asked a couple times, but do you guys want it? I feel weird selling things to people just because I'm so fucking anti-capitalist. It's crazy. And like my fucking cognitive dissonance doesn't like it. But I also know that I live in a capitalist society and I need to survive. There's that dilemma. Esther Julix KL asks, how many languages do you speak? I'm fluent in English, obviously. Kind of. I have taken 4 years of high school Spanish honors. So if you drop me off in the middle of Spain, I'd be fine. I don't want to say I'm fluent, but I definitely understand. I'm fairly okay. I just get anxious about grammatical things, you know. Chloe X Kate asks, favorite genre of movie to watch and favorite YouTuber. My favorite YouTuber is probably Gus Johnson or maybe like the Dan and Phil duo. Favorite genre of movie to watch? I don't know, just things that like intellectually stimulate. Psychological thriller, I guess. Just things that can stimulate the mind, because I get bored super fucking easily. Slytherina13 asks, what Hogwarts house are your cat and dog in? Not to be stereotypical, but my cat's a Slytherin and my dog's a Hufflepuff. That's just how it is. Lilo's also a Hufflepuff. Franklin's a Gryffindor. Who is your favorite superhero? Spider-Man, because I relate to him, and Tom Holland is Baby. Samuel J98 also asks, favorite song at the moment, at the moment, so not all together. Recently, like literally yesterday, I warmed up to LP by Red Velvet, and now I can't stop listening to it because it's just so calm. I love the light vibe of it. So LP by Red Velvet. Dumb Bitch asks, me too, how do you make your hair look so nice? It's not nice, it's chaotic. I would like it to stop being all over the place all the time. In fact, it's pretty long right now, which means it's even more chaotic. Basically genetics. Genetics did this. Random Crap with Emily asks, why is my dog so clingy and how can I make it stop? You can't make it stop, just love your dog. You just gotta love him. Where'd you get your glasses? Furmoo.com, not Spawn. Teeny Darling asks, how's your day going? I hope it's good. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm running on a little bit of sleep, but I actually had a time to film, so it's all good. Aria Alfaro asks, who is someone who is very influential for you and why? My mom. My mom is quite possibly the best person alive. She is my hero, and she's intelligent, strong, caring. She has so many good points about her. She's just such a good person at heart. Why do you not have more subscribers, lol? But honestly, how do you edit your videos and stuff? I want to try and make videos too, but I don't know what I need to do in order to do so. You want to know something? I'm the cheapest bitch alive. I'm afraid of capitalism. I haven't paid for shit. You know what I use? My fucking iPhone. I use iMovie to edit. Really do what you can. But yeah, I just use fucking iMovie. Like, you don't need anything fancy. Just start. Just do it. You need a camera, maybe some lighting, and an editor. That's about it. Mia Watkins 26 asks, who is your all-time favorite Harry Potter character and why? Also, what is your favorite Harry Potter book? I think the 4th Harry Potter book, Goblet of Fire, is always a good one. I always end up going back to that one, although Prisoner of Azkaban was quite iconic. It's between those two. Honestly, Luna Lovegood, that weird Ravenclaw representation. Gotta love your good old Sirius Black. Jasper Oberlander asks if this is too personal. I'm sorry, but how do you identify gender identity-wise and sexuality? I've said my sexual and romantic orientation. As for gender identity, I'm a cis dude. Bubble tea biscuits. How did you get into K-pop? It was a cold December day. YouTube gave me an ad. Yes, YouTube ads did this to me. Who would have fucking thought? I never click on YouTube ads. But this one had a thumbnail with a dude with dreads that were all like neon and light up in the dark, and I was like, what the fuck? Turns out they were Asian folk. Koreans, to be exact. It was Good Boy by GD and Taeyong. It destroyed me. I am now like this because of that fucking song. Do I stan those people anymore? No, because they're all fucking dumb and racist. Song's iconic, got me into K-pop still. I can't change the past, but that's how it happened. Sparky Floof Boo asks, do you have a cactus named Ellen? I do not. I gotta get an Ellen plant now. I think that is all of them. If somebody asks these questions in the future, hit them with that good old knowledge because you got the knowledge now. My questions for you still stand. Do you want merch? Would you want a podcast? At least 3 times In the monstrosity videos comments, I was told I should make a podcast. Do you want that? Also, guess my zodiac sign for the experiment. You get your Q&A video early. It wasn't in August. And I think that's beautiful.